Dobro večer, ladies and gentlemen. So as you can see, back in my hometown, Edmonton, North London, and yeah, I gave a big rant about 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks flew by. Yeah, about 4 weeks ago I gave a big rant talking about, you know, people not willing to step forward, step up to the plate and do something to improve certain things in Boston, certain social issues. Sitting around in coffee shops and moaning. And now I'm here back in London talking about, yeah, everyone just wants to leave the country and all that. Anyway, just to let you lot know, I did have certain plans for certain projects, which I'm still working on now. I'm going to work on here, but and come back obviously. But literally, I had issues with getting a work permit for a couple of job offers that came to me. And I had a couple of partial job offers and a couple of pretty solid ones, but I had issues with work permit. I couldn't obtain a work permit because of the Nostrification Laws in BiH. And if you don't know what nostrification is, that's where you take foreign qualifications and you measure them against national qualifications. And in Bosnia, and I think a couple of other countries in Europe are doing this, they're taking it a step further, where they, after they've done the matching up, they need to look for somebody. Companies are obliged to do this by law. They need to look for a Bosnian national who has the same qualifications. If they find one, then the Bosnian national will get the job over the foreign national. And I'm not totally against that whole plan that's been put in place. You know, in theory, it's to get Bosnians back into work, which is cool. But what I ask is that actually working? Because I don't really see the employment rate increasing dramatically. I've been sent loads of information about it, which I'm going to read up on. I just want to briefly touch on it today. So, in short, what that means, for example, in my case, I studied under the British system. A lot of the things that I studied, or the courses, let's say, don't exist in Bosnia. Or I know there are schools that do GCSEs and A-levels and stuff like that, but obviously they're studying under the some Cambridge system, where the papers get marked in Cambridge or whatever. I don't know exactly how it works, but they're studying under the British system. What that means, like, you can be a Bosnian national, you can go out and say, yeah, I'm going to go to Harvard, Oxford, or Cambridge, or whatever, some big university outside the country, and think, yeah, you're bettering yourself, you're going to come back and, you know, do something. But if you study something that can't be measured against the national curriculum in Bosnia, then it's not going to mean anything. So essentially, the only thing that's really happened is that certain companies basically can't employ the people that they want to employ. That's all that's really happened. And yeah, so Yebo system. What I want to do right now is Yebo system. Anyone who's got a Twitter account, I want to get this trend, Yebo system. I was talking about people not doing it. We can do this. Is something really simple. And I'm not saying this is something that's going to solve anything. But everyone always talks about raising awareness and this kind of thing. Raising awareness as being the start. So let's start something. Yebo system. And Yebo system, I don't want this just to be a Bosnian thing, in fact, because let's be honest, Balkans in general, former Yugoslavia, areas in general, politics is fun. Let's be real. So let's start this conversation. Let's get a conversation going. Especially those of you living like outside of the Balkans right now, outside of ex-Yugo region right now. There's a lot of power into the Yebo system. Let's get this thing trending. That's what I want to do. And you're going to see why I want to get this trending, because it's going to tie into It's not actually tying to something I'm working on this project that I'm working on. You'll see if we can get. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, boss system. Let's get that hashtag going. I'm gonna start chatting randomness. The game's on tonight. The Burek boys. You got to cheer for the Burek boys, boss. Now that's what I'm calling the Bosnian national team, the Burek boys. Something like how the Jamaican team were the reggae boys, Burek boys. So let's do it. Idemo na Brazil. Ciao. Actually, also England's playing tonight. So come on, England. Vidimo se.